Welcome to the Valentine's Day event. All female servants that are either permanent or story locked are up on rate up. If you have a favorite female character, now's the time to summon for them. Just know you might have better opportunities, as in longer banner duration later in the year. Kets is probably the biggest example. She's getting a buff later. And so is Lartoria. They both are getting buffs from individual rank ups or events later. So today we are talking about Caren. Last video I made of her was last year when she got buffed. We will be talking about that buff. So let's get started. So Caren, or Amor, everyone calls her Caren because it is basically Caren from Fate, Hollow Atyrexia, or Grand Carnival. Although most people have seen her in Grand Carnival, then have played Hollow Atyrexia, at least in the West. She is a very unique case where she is uniquely suited to farming with Black Rail. And not only does she do it well, but she also gets buffed when she uses Black Rail. And it's not like a 5% buff, it's 20% attack she gets for using Black Rail. We'll get into specifically why later. Base attack just below the average SSR, which she's a ruler. That's actually very helpful. Yeah. Like most rulers are below that threshold of like 11,500. Like most of them. Himiko's below. Holmes is probably below. Holmes is just about average. Amakusa probably about average, below. Kishiwag is way lower. Okay, so let's just check Scotty. I'm pretty sure the answer is still no. Yes. So Caren has one of the highest base attacks for all rulers. Rulers have a good mod. Rulers are extra tanky. So by default, Caren looks to be in a pretty good situation. Normal ruler numbers, which is just hot average night class, Starweight Sergeant, are pretty much identical. MP charge at 0.57%. Would have liked this to be higher, but the amount of MP gain she just brute forces, it really doesn't matter. It honestly doesn't matter. Hit counts are very good. Say good, but 3 is the average. So the hit counts are just good. They're good. There's no cracked 6-hit quick card on her, which would be awesome. It'd be really cool if she had that, but nope. 3 is the average. Quick and extra are above average. So first skill. This was a problem before appends were a thing. If you do not have a max depend Scotty, I'm assuming you have a Scotty if you want to summon for Caren, you'll be able to get away with it with using a Castoria, but you're probably going to need at least another 50%er. So before append skills came out, this skill was not good because you would have needed to put a starting charge on your Scotty. Why? Because she drains 10 from both her allies every turn. She gets what she drained as MP. So she drains 10% from each Scotty. So she gets 20% every turn. I just talked about Talak, how that getting 10% every turn really eases up on her looping and how much work she actually has to do. Caren has basically all the praise I give Voyager for having like a 20% battery, give it to Caren, and I think she has like similar gains, but like more batteries, right? I think so. Not only does she drain, I wanted to talk about the looping part first, but she gets 3 hits of invul. The entire party gets 1 attack of invul, and they also get MP gen by 20%. The reason they have this, when they get hit, they get MP gen, so they can keep feeding her. Second skill, taunts all taunts all enemies to herself. Charges her own battery 30%. Reduces their attack, reduces their defense by 20%, and reduces their gauge. They get hit harder. They hit her when she has an invul for 3 attacks, so unless they have pierce invul, they're not doing damage to her. Thus, you are getting more MP gain. Thus, it's easier to keep up the black rail loops. Even if she's not hitting 3 enemies. Along with that 30% battery, you want to get the mana loading a pen. Or do you? Yes, you do. You want to get the mana loading append if on NA you are using Nero Bride. Because Nero Bride gives 30. These two give 50. So that's 80% mana loading. You're at 100%. And now you have better MP gain than she would normally have. Because the Caren, this is an okay number, but as a quick looper, she needs MP gain. She needs it herself for her looping. That's why she's like brute forcing it so much with every single skill helping her battery. Her MP gain is not getting buffed. I bring up Nero Bride because she's getting a raid next month. If you want to like really help your quick servants out in the future, because they need MP gain more than they need quick buffs at some points, depending on their own kit. If they're ramping up quick, they need MP gain. They will need MP gain because diminishing returns on the higher all your buffs are, the better your damage is. If you have one that's like extremely high and then the others are like here, it's gonna average out. It's gonna bring down the refund from what it could be. So back to here. Card buff, all 3 cards, 20% for 3 turns, 20% battery, and drains again. Debuff success rate for these two, you want them to land. 10% crit. Here's the buff where if you are debuffed, aka Black Rail, you do 10% more attack. Now, here's another thing that I actually didn't realize. I found this out from watching Kadroth last night. Avenger passive counts for this. So you don't even need Black Rail to get this 20%. You just need to put an Avenger in your back line. Funny enough, Angramainu is for cost. So if you're worried about cost, like, there you go. You can just put Angramainu in your back line. Or Salieri, if your Angramainu is already Bond 10, which mine has been for a while. You'll have to get that interlude done. So yeah, Avengers have a reason to be on a team with Caren. They literally buff her damage just by being in the team. Goddess Essence, tickle, but you're more concerned about this because she does not have magic resist. She has it at a higher value though than most people would have it. Magic resist, so cool. Immune to terror, immune to charm, and base buster resistance. She's already a ruler, so you just made her even more tanky. Sick, dude. Like I said, mana loading, 20%. If you get her Bond 6, you're going to want to go for this. It gives you way more options. So this is what our MP will be like at release. 10% MP damage that scales with overcharge. Damage reduces quick resistance after damage. Buff block. Obviously that's gonna be after damage, but who cares? They are going to buff this next year. 150% to chaotic alignment enemies, along with just having a buffed MP. She is okay. So by design, she's meant to be doing quick farming or quick leaping with Black Rail. As you can see, she greatly out damages Ruler Scotty. Like, Ruler Scotty does not touch Caren in terms of damage, and Caren, yeah, 3 Scotties, Karen's like clapping everything. 2 Scotties, she's out damaging Scotty when she's getting 2 other servants to buff her. She is very good, but do you need this much damage from a ruler? And also, it always comes with the caveat that the Scotties need to have maxed append mana loading. They need it. Otherwise, Caren is not getting the suck. On CE, when the party takes hits, 25% MP gen and reduces own defense by 10%. Yeah, that sounds about right. This is the Avenger passive in hedonism, and you're giving it. Drop something. You're giving it to the entire party with the caveat you're making them. They're more likely to wait. No. Okay, only she's getting the defense down. So who knows? On an like, if you have an Avenger, because you do like I said, you would want to run an Avenger with her. Oh yeah. Also, this will proc her passive. This is gonna proc her passive too. So I was gonna say, like, you would want to run an Avenger with her anyway, like somewhere in the party, but no, she doesn't need an Avenger. Her Bonsi is gonna activate her own passive. And since she's a ruler and tankier against busters, if you're fighting some like a full gorilla non-berserker, you're not gonna take much damage. Like, this is gonna compensate like a little bit. It's not gonna fully negate it, but it will compensate somewhat. And just like, if you're fighting someone that hits like a lot of times, like the extremely high hits, this will probably help you refund your MP a lot, especially if you're sports and say you're, I don't want to say you're using Castoria with Caren, because you really shouldn't, unless Castoria is like the other support you bring in instead of Nero Bride. Yeah. I think Nero Bride just works better than Castoria, honestly. But more people are going to have Castoria than Nero Bride, so it really is something for you to play around with. I think Caren is very strong. I don't think I gave her the attention she deserved, but I don't know if she's like... Oh, I'm just messing around. Yeah. Oh, here we go. Yeah, over here. Yeah, all her, like, this is not going to be reflective of her right now because this is with her buff. But as you, like, there's a reason they decided to buff Caren. There was a reason they buffed Caren, because Ruler Scotty. There's no way they were going to, like, let Caren just, like, fall behind Ruler Scotty when Ruler Scotty probably loops easier than her. If I'm not mistaken, I believe Ruler Scotty would loop easier. because her MP has more hits and her MP gain. Yes. Yeah, the Ruler Scotty is a better looper because she has more hits and she's not heavily reliant on the suck. Her gains are just better. But as you see, Caren hits a lot harder. So, if you plan on rolling for Ruler Scotty next year, Caren is not needed. She's not. Dante's, if you have a strong Dante's, you can just wait for him to get his buff, and then he's like one of the best quick loopers in the game. So, yeah, it really is up to you. I think a lot of people are just gonna summon her because it's Caren, though. Like, Caren, if you've seen like the, okay, yeah, hold up. Yes. This is Kirei's daughter, by the way, chat. This is her finding a pleasure in like having control over people through money. If you summon for Rasputin, I'm pretty sure you're gonna be summoned for Caren. So, I will see you guys in the next. If you enjoyed this video, consider dropping a like or a sub. And if you're feeling really generous, give me some feedback on the video in the comment section. I am very much looking to improve in the coming months as the channel continues to grow. Hope to see you in the next one. Peace.